Now, in order to understand the method of separation of variable, we have to review the Fourier series which you have already studied in the previous class. So here we will have a brief review of the Fourier series, and before starting the Fourier series or solving any question, we are going to review some basic concepts. So our topic today is Fourier series. I hope you can read it. So we start with the basic concepts. Number one, we will define the periodic function. Let's write the definition first. So we define a periodic function as a function if there exists a least positive integer t such that f of x plus t is equal to f of x, and which means that f of x is equal to f of x plus t is equal to f of x plus 2t. So since the t is repeating and increasing, but after some integer value of t, the function is same as f of x. So do not confuse with my notation. I use both f as same. So f of x is equal to f of x plus 2t, x plus t. Similarly, f of x plus 3t. And among all, this 2t, 2t, 3t, the least one will call the period. And which is the least one? The t. This is the smallest one. So this is called the period of this function. Now the example is, for example, we have a function sine x plus 2 pi is equal to sine x. Similarly, sine x plus 4 pi is equal to sine x again, and sine x plus 6 pi is equal to sine x. Here we see that the sine x is same if 2 pi is added to x, 4 pi, 6 pi, but the least one is 2 pi. So here the period is 2 pi. Now we see what are the even and the odd functions. Let's see the properties of even and odd functions. What functions are called even and what are odd? So even function are those functions which supplied with negative value gives the positive value in result. Such as x square, such as x4. These are all positive functions because, for example, sine square x, for example, cos x, for example, mod x. These are when write like this, f x is equal to x square. If we put the value x is equal to 1, then it will be 1. If we supply a negative value to it, for example -1, then the square of -1 will again equal to 1. So even functions are those functions when supplied with negative value will give you the positive results, and odd functions are those when supplied negative value they will give the negative results. Why are we differentiating the even and odd functions? Because it is easy to solve a Fourier series question because we have the properties. The properties are the product of two even function will give an even function. The product of two odd function will also give an even function. Property number 3 is product of one even and one odd function will give an odd function. Now what are the even functions? They are always symmetric about y-axis. So we have seen these four properties and I explained the fourth one. Even function are always symmetric about y-axis. So if you draw a graph, about y-axis, an even function will be something like this. It will be something like this. This is the even function. An odd function will be like this. It will be anti-symmetric. If it is like this here, then in opposite axis it will be like this. So even function is symmetric and odd functions are anti-symmetric. So what will happen if we integrate an even function from negative x-axis to positive x-axis? It will become the twice of the function. This portion and this portion will be added. Here, if we integrate the function from x-axis, negative x-axis to positive x-axis, if we add this one to this one, then this is opposite to this one, so it becomes 0. For example, this I called a, this will become minus a. This is a, this will become minus a. So if we integrate a function, then it will become 0. If we integrate an even function, then it will twice of this function. Let me write it in the integral form to understand. This is the fifth property, which is integration. It says that even function and odd function so if we integrate, for example, minus a to a f of x, then we can write it to 0 to a. Minus a to a, if we break it up and we add, it will become the twice of. For example, we have minus pi to pi and we are going to differentiate cos square x. Then if we take the half range, for example 0 to pi, then this cos square x becomes the twice. Of the function. Similarly, if we do it same thing for an even function, for example f of x, a general function dx, then it would become 0. For example, minus pi to pi sine x. Sorry, this is x square cos x. Because both are even function, product of both is also an even function, and if we integrate it in the half range, then we will twice of the function. And in that case we have x cos x. One is even, one is odd, and product of two odd function will become an odd function, and if we integrate it, then we will have 0. You can find it by solving it. And the sixth property is, this was with the fifth and this one is the sixth. The function is, if the function is even, its derivative will be an odd function, and if the function is odd, its derivative will be an even function. So these are the 6 properties that that can help us when we solving a Fourier series question, and we will not have to solve all the things. If we know that the nature of the function is even or odd, then we can simply put the result directly by these arguments. We are going to see this when we solve a question for the Fourier series. Now, integrals that are used in Fourier series. This is easier than the integration by parts. So this is a u dot v. Usually the u is something x to the power n, and v is taken as, for example, e to the power x, sin x, cos x, and we write this integral as u v1 minus u prime, which is the derivative, first derivative, the notation for the first derivative, v2 plus u double prime, second derivative, v3 minus u triple prime, v4, and the series goes on, where u dash is du upon dx. For example, if we are integrating it with respect to x, because we have the variable x here, and u prime double prime is the second derivative, u triple prime is the third derivative, and v1 is the integral, v dx, v2 is the integral of v1 dx, similarly v3 is the integral of v2 dx. So this is the integral we are going to use in the Fourier series, which make it easier to integrate compared to integration by parts. So we do an example of this. For example, we have an integral, we have to solve an integral x square sin x dx. Then, as based on the Leibniz successive integral, we take it as a u, we take it as a v, and we are going to solve it like x square, and the derivative of sin x is minus cos x. Integral, sorry, this is the integral, this is the derivative. Then derivative of this is minus 2x, integral of this is minus sin x plus 2 cos x. So it is easy to solve as Leibniz integral. But the u and v are predefined. It will not work if v is equal to tan x, cot x or secant x. This method will not work if v is equal to tan x, cot x or secant x, because it requires when the integral of v is known. which is easier in sin x and cos x. Now we have some properties. Which we are going to put directly in our question. Number one is sin n pi is equal to 0 when n is positive integer. Positive integers. Which means that sin pi is equal to 0, sin 2 pi is 0, sin 3 pi is 0, sin 4 pi is 0, up to sin n pi is 0. Second thing is cos n pi, this is also an identity, is minus 1 to the power n when n is equal to positive integer. Then we can write cos n pi in the form of minus 1 raised to the power n. Third is, if we have an integral like this, e a to the power x sin bx, then this will become e ax upon a square plus b square a sin bx minus b cos bx. These are some integrals which are going to use in the Fourier series. One integral is, if we integrate minus pi to pi, this one is important. We are going to use it in the method of separation of variable. Sin mx and sin nx, this will be 0 if m is not equal to n. If we have sin 2x here and sin 3x here, then this integral would be 0. Similarly, if we have same thing in cos nx dx will be equal to 0 if m is not equal to n. These are called the orthogonality relationship. So if m is not equal to n, then it will become 0. What happened if m is equal to n? Then this integral will have a constant value. We will see what is the constant value when we solve the equation. When we solve the heat equation, wave equation and Laplace equation. So this is the review of Fourier series. Then it is better if we solve a question of Fourier series. You have already done this in previous classes, but we are here just to refresh your minds. So we have two types of Fourier series: full range Fourier series with period 2L and half range Fourier series with period 0 to L. So if we have a full range Fourier series, means we add both of the x's minus 2 plus x's. So the period is 2L. In that case, the formula for the function is where a naught, an and bn are called the Fourier coefficients. and the Fourier coefficients have the value and Bn can be found using integral 1 upon L f of x minus L to L sine n pi x upon L dx. So you will see that the properties we have already studied, that if we have a function which is even and we multiply it with this, we do not have to solve it. So if we see that, for example, cos is an even function and we have an even function here, then the product of two even function will be an even function, and we simply write one function from 0 to L. We do not have to solve it from minus L to plus L. So we just write twice of the function. For example, we have an odd function here and even function here, then the product of both is 0, and in that case we do not have to solve for Bn. We say that Bn is 0. So let's solve a question for the Fourier series. We have know that what is the values for the coefficients. How can we solve the coefficient? For example, we take a Fourier series, we take a function x square and we find the equivalent Fourier series. What is the benefit of Fourier series? For example, if we have a function, for example, we have a function x square, we can draw that function easily. But if we draw the Fourier series, for that we can write the x square in terms of sine and cosines, which is easy to draw. For the graph is easy to draw. For example, if we have a function which is not as easy as x square, then finding an equivalent function in sine and cos will help us to draw that function approximate to that problematic function. However, today our topic is not Fourier series, because we are just having a review of Fourier series so that we can use it in our main partial differential equation solutions, method of separation of variable. So we are doing a trial question. And the interval is x is less than pi is greater than minus pi. So we have this question. The solution is this. First we will find the period given by the interval. So the period is 2L, pi minus pi will be 2 pi. So this shows that L is equal to pi. Now we know the formula for the Fourier series. So f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n pi x upon L dx. Sorry, this is not integral, plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sine n pi x upon n. We know the Fourier series formula. Now what we have to find? We have to find the an, a naught and bn. Let's name this equation as equation 1. So when we found the coefficients, we will put these coefficients in the equation 1. Now starting with from the a naught. A naught, we know that a naught is equal to 1 upon L minus L to L f of x dx, which is going to be 1 upon pi minus pi to pi x square dx. And you know the properties from the function. If we have a function like this, we can write it simply 1 upon pi 2 into minus pi to pi. Now this is 0 to pi x square dx. And if you integrate this one, you will have 2 upon pi x cube by 3, 0 to pi. Applying the limits, upper limit and lower limit, 2 upon pi cube minus 0, which gives you the value of a naught is equal to 2 by 3 pi square. So we have the value of a naught here. Now we are going to find the value for the an. An is equal to 1 upon L minus L to L f of x cos n pi x upon L dx, and we have already found that L is equal to pi. I put the value of x square, this becomes minus L to L x square cos n pi x upon L dx. Now we can solve it using Leibniz integral method, using the using the substitution by parts. But we know that this is an even function, this is also an even function, which means that we can write it 1 upon L 2 into 0 to pi x square cos n pi x upon L. Minus L to L, we replace it from minus pi to plus pi. Now we are going to solve it using the Leibniz successive integral. We take this as u, we take this one as v, as we have already decided, and if we are going to solve it for an, then it would become 2 upon pi x square sin nx by n minus 2x minus cos nx by n plus 2 minus sin nx by n cube, here n square. So we applying the upper and lower limit, this is 0 to pi, we applying the lower and upper limit here, and what we will get is 2 upon pi square sin n pi upon n minus 2 pi cos n pi upon n square minus 2 sin n pi upon n cube. Then when we will put minus, all the terms will be 0 here after applying the upper and lower limit. So when we solve that one, finally an would be 4 minus 1 raised to the power n upon n square. So we have found a naught and an. Let's see about bn. We have bn. Bn is 1 upon L minus L to L. We have know the formula, and sine n pi x upon L dx. Now we know that fx is equal to x square. X square is an even function, sine is an odd function. So if we have an even function, an odd function, then the product of two is an odd function. And we know that if we integrate an odd function from minus L to plus L, then it will cancel out each other. So bn would be 0. So that's why the properties are important and easy to solve. So we have a naught, an and bn. We put it in equation 1. What we will get? We have f of x is equal to 1 upon 2 pi square upon 3 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity. We have the value of an, which is 4 minus 1 raised to the power n upon n square cos nx, and due to the bn is equal to 0, the sine term will be 0. So this will be cancelled out and it will become pi square upon 3 and this. So this is the Fourier series for the function x square. So if you draw the graph of x square, what you will get is the same graph when you draw the f of x. So you can draw the graph in terms of sine and cosine. So this is the topic of Fourier series, and it was reviewed because we are going to use the method of separation of variable, and we will find some application of that Fourier series. So thank you very much for today's lecture.